Maxxxine is the newest sequel to Ty West's X and Pearl. The logline is as follows. In 1980s Hollywood, adult film star and aspiring actress Maxine Minks finally gets her big break. But as a mysterious killer stalks the starlets of Hollywood, a trail of blood threatens to reveal her sinister past. I'll just say it right off the bat, this film was a bit of a letdown. I'll point out some of the stuff I like first before I dig into the negatives. For starters, this film looks fantastic and has some great performances. The cinematography done by Elliot Rocket is dripping with style and makes the setting feel like its own character. Mia Goth once again delivers a stellar performance, and the supporting characters pull their weight as well. Kevin Bacon plays a real sleazebag character and is so much fun to watch, and it was great to see Giancarlo Esposito play someone who just wasn't a retread of Gus. But there was quite a bit lacking in this film that held it back. And what disappointed me most was how this movie tackled the theme. This movie is commenting on the same thing we saw in X and Pearl, but it goes about it in a sloppy way. It was very on the nose and didn't have much nuance to what it was trying to say. And it didn't add anything new to the conversation, or tried to comment on it in a creative way. I found myself comparing this film to another movie that came out earlier this year, Late Night with the Devil. Both Maxxxine and Late Night with the Devil have a pretty similar central theme, but the way Late Night with the Devil goes about exploring it is way more interesting and original. Even X was more subtle in the way that film tried to explore it. Another big problem with Maxxxine is the third act, as it felt very predictable and cliche. I kept waiting for a twist that never came because it felt so simple and I expected something more from this movie. The third act also felt very out of place compared to the vibe that the rest of the film was going for. It's like the last 30 minutes of this movie were ripped from a different movie entirely. This film wrapped up way too early. Like there could have been at least 10 more minutes. The first 20 minutes were very meandering, and it took a while to get into the groove of the story. But once it did, it was really fun, as the second act was the best part of the movie and what I enjoyed most. It's just a shame the film didn't continue this and stick the landing. Overall, Maxxxine looks beautiful and has great performances, but it's held back by a weak finale and some heavy-handed messaging. The film is trying to say something really interesting, but it goes about it so lazily and simply that it leaves you expecting more. The third act felt out of place and awkward compared to the rest of the film, but the talented ensemble cast and stylized cinematography saved it from being a total disaster. I rate it 3 stars. This has been Tom from Isenhart Productions, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.